my name is Salome Singh, and in this video I will be making a scoop holder. The scoop holder is basically made to support learning activities in the nursery level. Scooping activities helps learners develop their motor skills. Some uses of the scoop holder is basically used to deliver concepts mainly in the mathematics field, like more and less, full and empty. It can also be used to compare the colors of blocks and balls and other objects. So we will be making this scoop holder using environmental materials, and as you can see here, this is an environment material in which this scoop holder was used to make. So that is that we're going to be using a plastic bottle, as you can see, a plastic bottle and paper and a cork, a large cork. And those are basically a few of the materials that we'll be using to make the scoop holder. So let's go right ahead to make the scoop holder. So first we're going to be using our bottle. So we're going to be cutting this bottle in order to make the scoop holder. So we're going to remove first the plastic that we have here. Good. So once the plastic has been removed, we are now going to be marking off the scoop holder in which we have to cut. So by using the marker, I will now go ahead to cut off, like we have seen here, a part of it, so we're going to be able to use it to scoop. So I draw lines diagonally down in order to get the scoop. So now I want to ensure that I have my scoop down. So I'm going to join the lines to connect. So I want to make sure that it is level, and we can see that here. So now that we would have already marked off where we have to cut, as we can see here, is we marked off, we are now going to cut it off. So we're going to be using a sharp knife. So let's just put this here, and we're going to be cutting. So we're going to get the top of it off first. And in order to go slantly down, we are going to be using a scissors. Good. So here we have the scoop, as you can see. So we're just going to ensure now that it's level. So we're just going to cut to make sure. Good. So because the bottle was washed before to take out the drink from inside, we're just going to wipe it off. Good, and so here we have now the shape of the scoop. But because we are doing a nursery level and our equipment that we're using must be child friendly, we're not just going to leave the scoop like this. We're going to go ahead now to have this scoop papered and decorated. So we're going to be using a normal typing sheet because, as you see, we have paint here. We are going to be painting the typing sheet. So first we're going to measure the paper to the size of the scoop, and then we are going to be pasting it on. Good. So here now we have measured. So we're gonna average about this we have to cut. And now we are going to paste. So we're gonna apply paste on the scoop holder. So we want to make sure that we apply as much as we can, so in order to hold, because this is plastic, so we want to ensure that when we put the paper on, it can hold. So I'm going to just make sure that this is covering the surface of the scoop holder, and I'm now going to put on my paper. Good, so I'm just going to be cutting off the extras that are on because we don't need those. We're not going to be folding in. So we cut off the extras. And so part of our scoop is already papered. And so here we are adding the last piece of paper onto the scoop holder. Good, and as we said, we're going to cut off all of the extras that is here. And there we go. So we have a perfectly papered scoop. So now we are not going to be leaving it like this. We are going to be painting. Good, so now that we have our scoop all colored, we are just going to do the inside now, and we are going to paint the inside in green. So here we go. So we're gonna apply a very nice coat of green, because remember, as much as child friendly we can make this, we are going to, because remember, we are going to be using this at the nursery level. So we are going to be coating the inside in green smoothly, very neatly. Good, and there we have it, very nicely painted inside. So here we have our scoop, but it's not finished as yet. We still have some more designing to do. So now, because we said we're making it into the shape of a fruit, or the color of a fruit, we are going to have our little spots and so on put it on. But we first have to wait until the paint is dry. So now the scoop holder, as we can see, it's been 5 minutes and it's almost dry, not fully as yet, but we can still work with it. So what we want to do now is to put on our cartoon eyes on it so that it will look a bit child friendly. So we're just gonna go ahead now. So I have the cartoon eyes already printed, so we're just going to add them on. There we go. So we have the eyes on. We're gonna go with the mouth now. So here we have it. The eyes and the mouth. And we are going to be just going around with some black. There we have it. So now we're just gonna add some little seeds to this watermelon. We're gonna also put some on top. And here we have it, a perfectly made scoop that can be used in so many ways in the classroom. And as we would mention at the beginning of the video, a scoop holder has so much of benefits and uses in our classroom. So here we can just simply, by using discarded materials around the environment, we are able to make something as wonderful as this. Very useful, a scoop holder.